More than 10,000 West Australians rent out a room or home on Airbnb, but as Graham Butler reports, confusion around short-term rental regulation is causing tension for businesses and homeowners.
Finding out that the keys are just given to anyone willing to give $150 a night is quite concerning.
It's got to be the same rules for both. It's exactly the same product.
Oh, it's been great. We've really enjoyed it. We've had a diversity of people.
When it comes to Airbnb in Perth, you could cut the air with a knife. On one side of the divide, hosts making a few extra bucks. On the other, fed-up residents and hotel operators. The issue is shaping up as a legal debacle as councils and governments grapple with how to regulate it.
There's a worldwide issue here around different states and different jurisdictions are playing catch-up.
It's perhaps no surprise Bradley Woods from the Australian Hotels Association is concerned about the rise of Airbnb. It's in direct competition with the businesses of many of his members. But according to the AHA, it's not anti-Airbnb. It's just unhappy with the unfair playing field it's created.
But what we're saying is one lot of short stay operators who are compliant, regulated, paying fees and charges, doing all the right things, shouldn't have to be competing against another group offering exactly the same service but choose not to register themselves but still promote themselves and advertise themselves through something like Airbnb.
Most Airbnb rooms and apartments are owned and rented out by everyday people wanting to make a few extra dollars. According to Airbnb, there are 11,500 listings in WA, 4,000 of which are in Perth. Each host nets around $6,000 a year. Peter Norris rents out a room in his house.
I've retired at 65. I'm fit and healthy and quite capable of working, but it's a great way of me earning a few extra dollars. Covers all my living expenses and leaves my superannuation safe and secure.
Peter says he's not opposed to regulations, but doesn't see himself in the same league as hotel accommodation.
The hotels, I can understand that they don't like it, but I'm sorry, in the modern world, competition is what makes it work and keeps the economy turning over.
One of the flashpoints for Airbnb concern is apartment complexes. Sasha says she's concerned at the constant comings and goings in her group of apartments. She says the car park has become a revolving door of people she suspects are Airbnb guests.
I've spent 6 months of my time logging the comings and goings of various units that we have suspected of short-term lease and lodged it to the City of Perth Council.
Sasha has become increasingly frustrated at the lack of action. She says all the owners in her complex were warned about short-term rentals, but it's continuing regardless.
Nothing has really been done about it except for a warning has been issued saying, please don't do this, heavy fines will apply.
The WA government has announced a parliamentary inquiry into short-stay accommodation, a move welcomed by Airbnb. It says the way people travel and use their homes has changed and the rules should change as well. Airbnb welcomes the inquiry and looks forward to making a contribution. We are now one step closer to having fair rules for home sharing in Western Australia, just like there are in New South Wales, Tasmania and South Australia.
Hopefully we get some statewide planning laws that make it easy for local government to implement and make it easy for operators to be compliant and understand what's legal and what's not legal.
Just please do something about the short-term leases in the residency complexes. I'm getting a bit tired and drained energy-wise, really.
The inquiry has just begun and is expected to report back at the end of June.